Hello YouTube. Today I'm gonna be doing a review on a deck I made. It's like a deck profile, so it's actually performa pals, and I did not make it like cards that other people use. I made it with some of the cards that I had like available to me. Well, let's start with two performa pals Slide Magician. Effect is basically you can tribute one card. You can use one card for a tribute, and you tribute something with that one card. You can discard any card. I think it was performa pal cards from your hand, and you can destroy any card on the field. Two, Odd Ice Pendulum Dragon. I would run three, but I'm not sure how would that go. I would normally use this Pendulum Dragon, but I want it for the background. One Skull Joker effect, cause obviously effect, I can add one card from one monster card from my deck to my hand when it's specials or normal summon. We have these two, Muffler and Quick Claw. Silver Claw. Sorry, I was thinking about Pokemon. Muffler because of a scale and effect, because he can come back in if your opponent destroys one monster in your field. And Silver Claw, I'm still thinking if to use him or not. He's there, but I'm not sure if he's gonna stay for long. He basically, all performa pal monsters gain 300, and the monster effect is the same thing, but just for a little battle phase, once per turn. Performa pal King Bear effect for Pendulum is you can, if I'm not mistaken, destroy this card, and you can add any level 7 monster from your deck to your hand. Monster effect is basically that card cannot be destroyed by spells or traps in battle phase or anything like that. I'm thinking of using one Momo carpet. I'm not sure. The effect is really good though. You can basically, at least the monster one, you basically, if you special summon this card, you can put it back down in face down position. When it flips, you can destroy one card from your opponent's field. It doesn't matter if it was monster, spell, trap, or anything, or pendulums, you know. Two Swing Cobras. Basically for effect of Pendulum, once per turn, when you do an attack and it's damage to your opponent, you can send one of their cards to the graveyard from the deck. The monster effect is basically this card can attack directly for 300 points, but if you do the right amount of combinations with this deck, you can get that 300 points to easy to 115 or anything like that. A little more than 300, you know. Part Naga. I have problems with that name, but you can basically, for effect of its Pendulum, it adds once per turn. You can target one face-up monster you control, and it gains 300 attack any performa pal card you currently control until the end phase. Basically, any type of performa pal card you have is gonna hit. You're gonna gain 300. So I would use it on the Slight Magician for the points. Two, Paro Trio. It's really hard to pronounce for me. Basically for monster effect, because the Pendulum is basically if you have a Magician or a performa pal, Magician or Odd Eyes on your other side of the scale, and it's lower the same tier as this, a 2, 3, 4 like Odd Eyes. This card becomes a level scale 7. And the monster effect is when this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one performa pal monster from your deck except a Pendulum monster. Basically, you can do any type of summoning with that, especially for the Magician, which is the heart the heart, as I like to say it, of this deck. 2 second donkey because of effect. If he's normal or special, you can send one performa pal monster from your deck to your grave, or if you do have both pendulum scales, you can add that card into your hand. It does not have to go to the graveyard. This deck is basically fast summoning, what I would like to say, to as more faster with pendulums and then the effects. Another card that you can add monsters with from this deck is this guy, Longhorn Bull, Longphone Bull. I'm sorry. Basically, if you special summon it, you can add one performa pal monster from your deck, but not hit. Any type, it could be monster, it can be pendulum. One Salute Tiger, because that's all I have. He's really also good because if he destroys a monster from your opponent's side, you can add any performa pal pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. That is, you can tell why I would use that, so I can get my pendulums out faster. And last but not least, for the monsters, would be 2 hippos. You can do another summoning. When you do your normal summon with him, you can do a tribute summon, and then you would have your special summon. So that would be 3 summonings in one. For spells, I have 2 performa pal dramatic theater. Basically, you gain 200 attack for, this is a field, 200 attack for every monster performa pal with different type you have in the field. And if you have 4 different, you can add 1 Odd Eyes Dragon from your deck or grave, so you'll be recycling from the deck. I have 2 Hippo Carnivals. Why? Because I like keeping my defenses up, so that would be about 6 tokens right there that I can use for tribute or just to stall so I can get something better. 2 Mystical Typhoons because of staples, and 1 Lightning Vortex. For the traps, it is a little odd, but I have 2 Dark Brides. I have 1 Threatening Roar for basically, like I said, I like keeping my defenses up, so every deck I have ever made has always had some type of mechanism where you have to defend yourself so you can keep on going in the games. 1 Performa Showdown. I used to have 2 because I felt like trap cards were too heavy, so I had to take some cards out. But this is basically for every spell you have in your side of the field you control face up, you can put any numbers equals to the spell cards you have on your field. You can put that monsters on your opponent's field face down. I know I can't talk, I am sorry about that. 1 Torrential Tribute for when your opponent wants to do some weird special summoning synchro thing or something. You can just destroy every monster on the field. If you don't have anything important, then you can do that. If you have Odd Eyes, then you can do what I told you with the field spell. And 1 Performa Pal Pinch Helper. I actually had 2, but I turned it back down to 1. Basically, it's a continuous spell. You can use this once per turn. When a monster declares an attack, a direct attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, special summon 1 Performa Pal monster from your deck, but its effects are negated when an attack is declared involving a monster you control and an opponent monster. You can send this card to the graveyard and you take no battle damage. Basically, it's like you might lose the card, but you'll have a little more of a defense there. So that was the main deck. This is something I have kinda in my side deck. I could say that I was thinking originally of using 2 draining shields, because basically your opponent attacks with a high level monster or a high attack monster, not level, and they could go easily up to 9 and 10 and so you can gain that would be good for your life points. 1 performa call, when an opponent declares an attack, you can basically negate it. When they declare an attack, direct attack, you would add 2 performa pall monsters from your deck to the field that has equal or less defense points than that monster. Another performa showdown, like I said, I was thinking to, but no. Another performa pall pinch helper, that was also 2. This card, I'm thinking I would add it back in because it's pendulum back. I was thinking pendulum call, but I'm sorry. If you have 2 cards in your pendulum zone, target 2 monsters in your grave, each with level escalated, basically the scales 2 and 8 and blah blah blah. You would add monsters with those level back to your hand. So it's basically you are recycling some of the cards you might need in this deck. And the last card would be my Threatening Roar, another one, because like I said, I like keeping my defenses up. I am a very insecure person when it comes to attacking. For the extra deck, I don't have it complete yet, but right now all I have is an Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Basically, I would use it if this card gets destroyed. I can special summon another Odd Eyes Fusion monster, and that would be this one. It's basically because I got it from the starter deck of Yuya, the Odd Eyes deck, because I really wanted to make a Odd Eyes deck. Now that would be, if I have to add anything to that I would mostly want to use in this deck, it would be Big Eyes, number 11, and it would also be 3 or 2 Red Eyes Metal Flare Dragon, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name. Reason is because Metal Flare, basically every time your opponent activates an effect, he loses 500. So if you're having a tough time getting through defenses and getting points out, that would be a great way. And Big Eye, because if your opponent sends a high attack monster, you can take control of it and basically you might win the game or not. Tokens, I have this new EX card because it's basically not gonna help me in any way in my Pokemon decks, so that I used it as token. And I have 2 of each of the Hippo tokens. Basically that would be 6, and here are the other 3. Basically that's about it. If you did watch this video completely, thank you. If you decide to make the deck, try it out. Just add anything you might think that would work. I don't have that many cards that I could play around with, so I don't have that much to test with. If anything, I would make another video when I update the deck on what I wanted to add more. I will some other time. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I'm also might be making more videos of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, because basically that's what my channel was gonna be about. I finally decided to start making videos now, and I'm gonna see when I can take my time to do it. And I'm sorry about the background. I was playing Smash Melee for the GameCube, and I wanted to get Mewtwo in there, so yeah, that's the thing. And thank you for everything. Goodbye, and like and subscribe.